Hello and welcome to this edition of Tips and Tricks. Now today I'll be talking about my experience of becoming an experienced bass fisherman and how I got to the point that I'm at now after 30 plus years. Well, mine sort of split into 3 decades. The first 10 years I knew how to catch bass, and I would just kind of go out, look for them, wander around, find them. And you know, at that time I thought I was catching a lot of good fish, but I look back and it was a lot of 1.5s and 2.5s. But I just really didn't know the whys yet. I knew how to catch them, I knew all the techniques, I knew how to cast, I knew how to work on lures, but it was still experimenting. And then about the beginning of the second decade, I really got some help. I ended up meeting a friend, Ed, in one of my fisheries classes, and he was an what's now defunct, Western bass tournament fisherman, and he was about 8 years older than me, and he had a lot more experience as far as bodies of water, how to target the bigger fish, and so it really started helping me. I mean, we'd go to the lake one day and do pretty good, and the next day I'm ready to show up and do the same thing, and sure enough he's like, I got an idea, I got another place we should go. And I'm like, but we were catching. But I went, and sure enough we'd either catch more fish and mostly bigger fish. And sometimes even on the water we're doing something and suddenly he's like, catches one fish, or fish hits kind of funny, and he's like, I got an idea. And suddenly he switches techniques and suddenly he starts catching bigger fish. So it really helped me a lot. I really started connecting the how with the why. That, along with the fact that I was finishing up in my fisheries wildlife and getting ready to graduate, so I had a lot more background in what the fish are and how they react and all that stuff. And so after Ed left, after about 5 years of fishing with him, I sort of took that knowledge and expanded on it and got myself up to the beginning of the next decade, which has been about the last 10 plus years of fishing. And now it's pretty much just pure instinct. I mean, there's a good quote by Larry Nixon in an article where they were talking about technology making up for experience, and he said, you know, you get to the point after so many years and so much time on the water that you can just feel when to slow down. You can feel when to speed up. You can feel when to switch colors or switch a bait or pick up and move to another location. You just had so much experience that just catching a couple fish helps you understand exactly what you're going to be doing that day. So I mean, I know on YouTube here there's people that have been fishing a year, people that have been fishing 10 years, just a whole range of people that have been fishing a certain amount of time. And I just want to give you this little video to let you know that it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of different experiences and a lot of different situations, lots of different bodies of water. So don't worry if you're feeling like it's been a few years and you're not starting to understand them, because if you keep it up, eventually it'll click and it'll all become instinctual. I hope this helps. Until next time.
Another flipped out bass. Right over the top of that. Right over the top of that little log. How you doing?